future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon here at Universal Broadcasting Network, Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California. And every Thursday at 7, Saturday at 1 on my syndicated CNBC, NBC News Radio channel, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and also syndicated everywhere that iHeartRadio is, because I would really like to splatter more hope and happiness on you. That is why there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K words, no Kardashian talk at all on this show. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. And that's why we have topics and guests to that end. If you missed last week's fabulous show with Hot Lips Houlihan from the hit TV series MASH, just go to my YouTube channel, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and you can get any of my past shows there. And I am so excited. Today we actually have a guest of mine that I met in New Delhi, India. I met her earlier this year when I spoke and received my 2017 Iconic Woman of the Year Award in New Delhi at the Women's Economic Forum. Dr. Monika Singh is an obstetrician, gynecologist, speaker, and author. She currently runs a multi-specialty hospital along with her pediatrician husband in rural India after a successful practice in Delhi. She has delivered over 10,000 babies and developed a keen interest in how mental conditionings and belief systems of the parents and the families affect the outcome of the pregnancy and condition of the newborn. Her newest book, Awakening in Womb, launches this week. Please welcome to the studio, Dr. Monika Singh. Hello, Dr. Monika.
Marissa.
So great to see you, literally, on camera. It's been wonderful to reconnect with you. I'm so glad that we get to highlight this very important and really scientific, groundbreaking work. So let's go back, though, because I always like to know who I'm talking to from get-go. So you don't look like you have delivered 10,000 babies. You look too young. You must be using oil of Olay. But did you always know that you wanted to be a doctor? When did you know?
I always did know that right from the very beginning. In fact, right from my nursery kindergarten days. So I just had in my mind that I would be a doctor, someone doing something with people who are ill and not keeping well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was it.
And where were you born in India? In Delhi?
I was born in Delhi, New Delhi.
Great. And so was your father a doctor, or did you come from a line of doctors?
Not at all. No, when my father was a journalist, my mom was a teacher, and I don't have a medical background. But it just was inside me that, I will be doing this.
Oh, great. And did you meet your husband while you were practicing medicine?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I did.
Was he your professor? No, I'm kidding. But you met him in the hospital?
Oh, yes.
Yes. So you became a traditional OBGYN?
Oh, yes. So actually, I was not very sure about OBGYN, that I would be practicing obstetrics. But once I went to my internship and I I started delivering babies, I always knew that this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Because I felt that connection with the unborn, with the mothers, and it was so beautiful for me that I could actually work for day in and day out. And I just knew that this is something that I'm going to do for the entire life ahead.
And then your husband and yourself moved. So I saw in the bio. What facilitated that move from a successful practice to go into rural India?
Oh yes, Marissa. I would say that this was destiny because my husband, unfortunately, is a vegetarian, so he contaminated himself with a virus called Coxsackie virus, which is very potentially hazardous to an adult.
Ah,
So, and he had this. He was bedridden for 6 months, and he developed water fluids and all the membranes of his body. His heart was like full of water, and people were talking about pericarditis and everything. And then there was this fatal day. I remember. Uh, I still get very jaded. I'm talking about the 24th of
oh,
Feb, 2007. We had almost lost him,
mm,
and he was just not there, and he was struggling, and I was like not there anymore, and I didn't know what to do. And that was a time when no one could do anything. I don't know from where, Marisa, I got the strength. I got hold of my husband, and I was just shaking him so vigorously for a minute or two that somehow he came back, and he said,
wow.
"Why did you get me back? I was going in such a beautiful and a peaceful direction. You didn't have to get me back."
Mm-hmm.
And I knew what he had seen and how he came back, but then the situation did not improve. He was still on bed mostly for another 3, 4 months, and the condition, because of viral things, so the condition was not improving.
Mm-hmm.
There's no specific treatment. Just if you have a high fever, you gulp in a tablet of paracetamol.
Wow.
And this was just lingering. My life was so dull and gray, and doctors were talking about pericardiotomy, removing the outermost layer of the heart, and then that he wouldn't be able to walk more than 500 meters in his life. And
Wow.
I said, no, this cannot happen to us. And my
Mm-hmm.
children were just they were 2, 3 years old. One was 2, another one was 4.5. And one fine day, something guided me. I went to a park which was entirely around 900 meters from my place.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there and I called my husband and I said, look, and he is not allowed to move more than 500 meters. He can't move, he can't walk. He gets so breathless.
And this is what
I
he
said, if he
contracted from
fails,
from a child. This was something that he contracted in the hospital from a child. This
yeah.
this condition.
So I go to this park and I call him. I say, you come and you fetch me, otherwise I'm not going coming back home. And I just sat there, Marisa, and I prayed deep.
Mm.
And after 45 minutes, I saw my husband coming inside the park. He just stepped. The moment he put his foot on the ground, I opened my eyes and I knew that something has changed forever in our lives. And when he was not allowed to walk more than 500 meters, that day he walked for almost 1.5 kilometers. We took
Wow.
the entire round of the park.
Right. Right.
And then we went back walking. He had a hearty breakfast and we promised to come back. And each day we started walking. And believe me, he was walking 17 kilometers in
Wow.
1.5 months.
That's amazing.
His entire pericarditis, polycystositis, all his fluids were gone without medication.
There you go.
All the reports came normal, and his cardiologists were amazed.
Yeah.
He said, this cannot happen. This is a miracle.
Right. Right.
And
So,
I realized that this is something deeper.
mm-hmm.
And I knew that it's a strong belief that we have that
Absolutely.
we have to live a beautiful life. We can't
Yes.
live a life like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we had tapped the power of subconscious mind that day.
Okay.
And I and my husband understood that subconscious mind is the most important thing in your life, and it runs your life. And we thought Delhi is full of hospitals and doctors, and let's live a life worthy.
Mm.
And
So that
we
led to
shut
you.
literally, I mean, Marisa, we literally shut down a hospital, closed the practice, and we moved to the interior parts of India where there's a dearth of doctors, no medical services. And we came up with this hospital there, and it's a rural part. There's another story, and this is how we shifted. So it
Beautiful.
was very, yeah, it was a
So you
very
had a
guided.
very, it was like a guided spiritual experience, tapping into the subconscious, which is really plugging into what I call my friendly universe, the creator, right?
Yeah,
And you tapped into that, and there was a spontaneous healing. And if you're wondering who
absolutely.
I'm talking to today on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, it is Dr. Monika Singh, who is with us from India. So if you're wondering, there's a little bit of background, but this is what we get, is the wonderful technology and the ability to connect across worlds. And I met Dr. Singh at the Women's Economic Forum earlier this year, and she has a book that is coming out. It's coming out this week, right? The Awakening in
Yeah,
Womb, and it's a very unique idea that. And see if I get this right. I got to read a little bit of it. And so normally we think that life begins, right, at delivery when we hear that slap and a cry. And then that's when life starts. But the truth of the matter is you can actually impact and influence your child while it is in your womb. Did I get that right?
absolutely.
Great.
And it's not just when the child is in the womb, you start influencing the child's belief pattern when you're thinking about conception. At the very thought of the conception, you are initiating the process of blueprinting the subconscious mind of your baby, incoming baby, actually.
Right, right. So that means, because I've heard of the studies where if you play the baby music, it will recognize the music after birth. But you're saying even the way that you conceive your child. So if you're like, oops, that's something that gets imprinted on the child. If it was like an accident.
It does. And
Okay.
your first reaction when you know about your pregnancy, is it fear? Is it anxiety? Is it uncertainty? Is it guilt, shame, or is it joy or happiness? And this is the basic. From here, the entire life of this incoming baby, the future adult, is going to unfold. And this forms the basis of his entire existence.
And that is the blueprint that starts.
Yes, this is the first and the foremost one.
Wow. So the good news is, so the bad news is if you have negative thoughts, you're going to have to, can you do something to unprogram that? So if someone's listening right now, and let's just pretend I'm pregnant, which I'm not, but let's say I am a person who did get pregnant and was not happy when I found out because I didn't want to have a child. I didn't like the guy that I had the child with. I didn't know how I was going to be able to take care of this baby. Let's just pretend that's me. And I come to you and you are my OBGYN and I tell you this story. How do you coach me to change that?
Amazing question, Marissa. Thank you for asking me this. See, first of all, what I believe is that awareness does the most of it.
Okay.
So when I sit with Marissa and I tell you that, look, this is what you've done, this has not you intentionally, but this is how it has unfolded for the baby. And we begin at this note and let's undo it. So when you become aware of it, your energy has already shifted. So you already know that my anxiety, my fear, or my guilt and shame are not going to be aligned to the future that I wish for the child. that is the point from where the game changes.
Okay. So I'm
And the
aware of
energy,
that.
the baby subconscious mind is absolutely open. There is no filter between the conscious and the subconscious mind. So this change of energy will be too quickly absorbed by the child.
So I can actually
Subconscious
be
mind.
aware of the track that I was on and get off that track onto a new one. So I say, I'm
And
sorry,
not just
baby.
aware, to accept that without guilt. Yes, I began on the track of anxiety, but now because I know and I love this baby, I am full of love and compassion.
Okay.
So this itself changes the energy, and there's a total change in the imprints of the subconscious mind of the unborn
Got it.
child. And
So
this is how we shift it.
great. So I can have a do-over is what you're saying. I'm not going to pay
Until
for
you,
that initial
until
thought.
your child is born, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
So then from that point on, what do you suggest that moms do, say, be, believe? Coach me.
Amazing. See, we always talk about these positive thoughts and the negative thoughts. But what I say is, what is positive for me may not be that positive for you.
Okay.
So if I'm thinking that I want to have only positive thoughts, they may not be as positive for the incoming child, because then again, I'm capping the thought process of the baby. So what I suggest to the moms is to be neutral, to just
Neutral.
observe the thing, to just experience the things, and be at the point of neutrality. Of course, they're going to stay away from the negativity, from the low vibrations as much as possible. If they can be on the vibration of blessing and happiness and joy, which does not have to be artificial, they should feel, they may feel from the core of their hearts. But even if they're not able to do this, at least try to be on the platform of neutrality. Because when we offer neutrality to our incoming baby, this child has a huge potential of attracting and absorbing all the positivity that it needs.
So when you're feeling
Because we are not
sick,
sabotaging the way.
so you're
Pathways
saying,
are clear for the child.
right. So you're saying that if you feel morning sickness, not to pretend that you don't feel morning sickness, or if you're having some discomfort,
No,
don't lie
get
and
that
say, "I
no.
feel great, baby. I can't wait for you to." So be neutral
No,
in that.
no.
Yeah.
Baby's high consciousness, it understands the energy.
Okay. So be real, be authentic, be neutral, right? And then when you are feeling in a positive place, milk that positivity. Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the law of attraction to me. So it's
Exactly. And a child will also learn what to expect out of himself or herself. So we're also setting a lot of expectation while the child is inside the womb. If we are like, I am this, I am happy, even if I'm not, I'm pretending to be happy, even that doesn't help the baby.
it doesn't help the baby. So
Because then it is a very high expectation from the child that even if you're not happy, you have to be, child is in sync with your energy. So we don't want to teach pretense to the baby. We have to teach originality. We have to teach neutrality, the power of observation, the power of acceptance, and that is by accepting yourself completely as you are.
right. Now I'm
Yeah.
curious, have you tried this methodology on unborn children, maybe with a mom whose first child they didn't follow this the consulting, and then the second child they did? Was there a difference in the children?
Amazing difference.
Okay,
And
so
Marissa, I'm very happy to share that there are hundreds of babies in with almost 1,000 of them now. And these parents, they just come back to me and they come up and I don't encourage them to compare the kids, of course, but then they say there is a marked difference
Oh,
between
okay.
the two children. There's a documentary that's coming that we've planned, and we're coming up with a documentary in which these parents are talking about these children, and we've tried to cover as much children as possible in this documentary. And the mothers, the fathers, the grandparents, they're so happy, and they just know that this child is different. They're brilliant, and the major part that they see, the starting quality, it is the peace, it is the calmness in the child. So
Right.
this child is 15 months old, and this child is calm, peaceful, doesn't cry much. And there's a child who's around 13 months now, the mother has never ever used a diaper on him.
Really?
Never. Yes.
So
Never.
the
He said,
child.
I don't know how he just signals and I know that he wants to pee and I just take him.
Interesting. So
Right from the day one.
so did she teach him in utero?
Nothing. It's inherent.
Okay, it's
It is
inherent.
inherent. This child is a higher consciousness child, right? This child's vibrations are at a different level. So the way the child is, even if the child is just 13 months old, the child is very different. It evolves, it communicates in its own way, and this child is peaceful.
Now this is a very
Really calm child.
this is a different belief system, a very different BS, right, than our traditional thought, which is that babies know nothing, children know nothing. It is up to the parents to teach the child everything to keep them safe, to make sure they're okay, and that's our job. Okay, so you're telling me that they already know and that we need to get out of their way. Is that what you're saying?
1000%,
Okay.
When the baby is just 12 to 14 weeks, this is the time when the child's emotions are playing. The child is feeling things from, by the time it's 12, 13, 14 weeks, the feelings are already there.
This is in utero. We're not talking about 12 to 14 weeks after birth. We're talking about in first trimester in utero.
Inside the womb, I'm
Okay.
talking. The feelings are there right inside the womb.
Okay. And then, so the best thing for a mom to do is there differences in each trimester of what they should be doing or thinking, or is it the same?
Amazing question again. So the first trimester is about the construction of the body.
Okay.
So the mother has to be very, very careful about what she is feeding herself with, both in terms of food, nutrition, and thoughts.
Okay. Like
Yes.
what is good and what is not so good?
See, for example, if I talk about the food, we know folic acid, folate. So as much as possible, she should have good amount of betaine, choline, folate, all these natural ingredients, the plants, the vegetables, the fruits which have them naturally.
So not
Broccoli.
so much
Yeah.
In-N-Out burger. No cravings for pickle and
About the food.
ice cream.
And second thing, which I always share with my patients is the intention with which the food is prepared and intention with which the food is consumed.
Mm-hmm.
Because this food is just not the food physical, it also has a lot of energy inside it. And the intention with suppose it's prepared in haste, it's prepared in hurry, it's prepared with the feeling of, oh my God, I have to get rid of this cooking.
Right.
Then you are not doing it with love. And when you eat, you just have to say, put an intention that whatever I'm eating, may this food give the best that forms the body of my child.
I see.
Intention guides the energy. And ultimately, we all know at the quantum level, we all are energy beings. So this food at the quantum level is pure energy. So when you're putting the right intention, you are putting in beautiful, love, joyful, blessed energies. This is what your child is being constructed with.
Right. So it's not just the kind of food, it is the intention in which you are eating the food. So if you're eating something that to you is
100%,
gross.
100%.
So if I'm like, ugh, I hate broccoli and I'm eating it because I know it's good for the child, that doesn't necessarily make it. So we want to eat it knowing the loving, and it's kind of, I actually make abundance brownies. A lot of my friends know I take it to potlucks, and while I'm mixing in all of the ingredients, I say a little blessing of peace, prosperity, abundance, and all of that. And so my friends have said that when they have the brownie, and there's nothing illegal or legal about those brownies, they're real brownies, they actually have some abundance in their life. And we're not talking about abundance on the hips. So there's my little validation of that point. That's beautiful.
Oh yeah,
So
it works, and I've seen it work amazingly. I have these patients with hypermassive cavitary infection. They're always puking, vomiting. I say now a lot will surface because I feel, Marissa, and I'm I'll just share it with you today and with everyone, all the listeners, that I feel your unborn child is coming at the perfect time in your life
Mm-hmm.
and is also your spiritual guru.
Ah.
So this child is not just a child with peace, but it's an entire consciousness which is entering your vibrational field because you need to evolve with him or her,
Mm. So your child
right?
becomes your
So when
teacher.
this baby comes, this we can of course explain the pathology and the physiology happening inside the body, why we are puking all the time, but then a lot of the old memories are surfacing. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
the system which has to be released, which you have to throw up, is coming up. There's a lot that has to go, and there's a lot that has to be integrated. So become aware of what is coming up, what is surfacing, what are your emotions,
Mm-hmm.
what are you feeling, and you have to be at peace with all that,
Mm-hmm.
and just let go of things with ease,
Right. Right.
and you will see that your vomiting will settle down.
Dr. Monica, tell me how our emotions affect the child.
These emotions have a very deep effect on the incoming baby, not just their subconscious mind and their future programs, but also their development inside the mother's womb. So let me share an example here. What I found through my research is that the patients, the mothers who come with a recurrent pregnancy loss, which we call RPL in our medical terminology, what I found common in all these women is aggression,
Oh.
anger. They're basically angry women. Either their anger is expressed, or they could be silent, angry people who are holding on to anger but they're not expressing.
Hmm.
And what I've seen invariably is that this anger literally leads to spontaneous and missed abortions and recurrent pregnancy loss. So anger is one of the major causes at the energy level, emotional level, which can cause potentially the recurrent pregnancy, cause a trigger it.
Wow. Wow. That's really interesting because Dr.
It's
Deepak
very,
Chopra,
yeah.
Dr. Deepak Chopra, who I'm sure you're familiar with, says that there's two emotions that make your body sick. So the two emotions are anger and hostility, which disrupt cellular function. So it's interesting how you're saying that an angry mom or an angry pregnant woman can actually influence and lead to either an abortion, spontaneous abortion, or miscarriage. I didn't
Oh
know that.
yes. At this research, this I've been doing work on it, and this is what I found out. I asked them directly, "Are you an angry person?" They're shocked and look into my eyes, and they say, "Yes."
Ah.
I shout out. I don't shout, but I'm angry at so and so person in my family.
Mm. So how do these women get rid of their anger so it doesn't hurt the child?
See, the first step again is the awareness.
Uh-huh.
And second is acceptance. Yes, I'm angry. And third, what is this anger doing to their children? And then, of course, we have workshop. I take them under my mentorship program, and then we have a structured program which they follow, and then they know when they're angry at someone else, it is actually that they're angry at themselves. There's some part of them which
Hmm.
is triggering them to be angry. So they literally don't have to correct something in someone else. They rather go inside them and they deal with what is triggering anger in them.
Right,
So
right,
it's a very beautiful journey, and it's not just the anger which gets surfaced and cleared. It's so much others, and they're peaceful.
right, right,
And then
right.
I've got women who had 6 pregnancy losses or 5 to 6 abortions, and they come and we deal and heal with their anger, of course, with
Mm.
a lot of all that contemporary medical support.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we have beautiful pregnancies for 9 months, and then we have nice deliveries. So
So, Dr. Monica, tell me about the birthing process. I know traditionally it's done in the hospital, the bright lights, and some moms have actually hired midwives instead of doctors to bring them in bathtubs or pools or warm not sauna, a warm spa. So tell me about the actual impact on the child in the birthing process.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Marissa, again. This is one of my favorite topics. So, what I say always is how this baby is brought about into this beautiful world marks his journey ahead. Suppose the mother is full of fear,
Mm-hmm.
does not know what's going to happen, or her pains, her labor pains are unbearable, and she just wants to quit, and she said that I can't do it, and she's not
Yeah.
showing so much of courage, which is okay, fine, understandable. And sometimes what I've observed is when, especially in India here, when the mother is shouting in pain, there's so much of noise and disturbance which is created that this child inside the birth canal who's pushing through the way is full of fear
Oh, yeah.
because the child doesn't
What's going
know to
on?
what kind of place.
Yeah, maybe that's why they don't come out. And you know what, Dr. Monica, I'm getting the signal from my great sound engineer, Chris, that it is time for the commercial, which is to thank the sponsors of my shows. And today it is you. So we'll be back in 2 and 2. Peace in and peace out. Would you like your child to be born already knowing how precious, loved, loving, and lovable they are? Then get the book, Awakening in Womb, teaching you the science of blueprinting the subconscious of your unborn. Dr. Monika Singh has delivered over 10,000 babies and knows how to empower the unborn with her miracle medical mission. Get your copy at www.miraclemedicalmission.com. The Catalina Island Jazz Tracks Festival, celebrating its 30th annual since 1987. 2 consecutive weekends, October 13th through 23rd, with the likes of Boney James, Brian Culbertson, Keiko Matsui, Peter White, and even the Average White Band. 26 miles across the sea in the historic 1929 Avalon Ballroom. Tickets and links for boats, hotels, and a full artist lineup at jazztracks.com. That's tracks with an X or 866 Tracks Ticks. And we are back. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon here out of the Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California. And then every Thursday at 7, Saturday at 1 on my syndicated CNBC NBC News radio channel, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and everywhere on iHeartRadio. And today we have a special guest zooming in from India. She is a doctor, an obstetrician, and a gynecologist, and most importantly, she is the author of a groundbreaking book called Awakening in Womb: How We Can Actually Influence our child's demeanor, their mindset, their behavior, their thinking, not just in utero, but also at the point of conception. Dr. Monika Singh, welcome back to the show. Where can we get this book, Awakening in Womb?
Oh, yeah. So this book will be shortly available at Amazon.com.
Great.
And it's called Awakening in Womb. That's it.
Yes.
And I have this website.
Mm-hmm.
And this website is called miraclemedicalmission.com.
Great.
So
miraclemedicalmission.com. So you can find out more about the book and more about Dr. Monika Singh's work there. And if you're pregnant and would like to work with her, she does coaching. She can do it from afar as well. And you can also support her work in rural India if this is something that tugs at your heartstrings. She is a fabulous, wonderful, precious child of the universe, doing wonderful things. Her belief systems are loving, which is one of the reasons why we were brought together at the conference. And she also has a couple of Asian Oprah giveaways that I want to make sure that I tell you. First is you can download the free compact short book, of Awakening in Womb at the website, which is www.miraclemedicalmission.com. And I got to write a little endorsement of that book. So you'll see my name somewhere in there. And then also there's a free mentorship program for 1 full month. And this includes 4 sessions. This is huge. It's worth $500. So the first person to go to my website, drmarissa.tv, and put in baby, will get that free mentoring session with Dr. Monika. So I think that is my Asian Oprah giveaways.
And there's one more thing,
One more?
Marissa.
Okay.
So I wish to share with my listeners the people who want to conceive consciously. I have a very beautiful energetic process right there on the page. You simply have to go and download it.
So that's free.
I've taken it out from the paid library. I've made it for you guys. Just go download it. And I can assure you that you just have to follow this energy process, and you're going to conceive in a very beautiful manner, and it will be a cosmic conception. All the conceptions are cosmic conception, but your vibrations are going to really, you'll raise your vibrations, and you can really invite that soul in your life.
Beautiful. So if you are thinking about getting pregnant, you know someone who's thinking about getting pregnant. If you are already pregnant, then please take advantage of this free download called Cosmic Conception. And it's offered by my special guest, Dr. Monika Singh, at her website, miraclemedicalmission.com. So I always end the shows with something that is gratitude. You are all about gratitude. Who would you like to thank for your being who you are and supporting you in what you do?
There are lots and lots of them, Marissa. It's definitely difficult to pick just one person because there've always been so many who've supported me, understood me, and prompted me. That I always thank my masters, my guides, the divine who's supporting and bringing all these lovely people in my life. Like, you're an angel, you're a source, right? You're a medium to which I'm reaching out to so many people. So these people, they just keep on walking in my life whenever it is needed. So I am full of gratitude to divine himself. So bringing on this beautiful life and unfolding it so beautifully.
Great. And for that, I'm going to give you the Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award for Dr. Monika Singh. Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I'm getting that signal. It is the end of the show. I know it's so difficult to actually end it. I never have enough time here. But at the end, as per usual, I'm inviting you to step up to my balance bar, where I get to splatter more balance on you and invite you on things that are helping with balance. And the number one thing is my 21-day fast from complaining. It is round 76, and we are on day 3. And the balance tip for the day is it's easier to stop a bad habit like complaining if I have a new habit to replace it with, like gratitude. So starting today, set your day up for not complaining by affirming what is good in your life. The late and still wonderful Dr. Wayne Dyer suggests 5 gratitudes every morning. I'm a recovering overachiever, and so I say 8 because 8 is a lucky number in Chinese. It is a homonym for good fortune. So every day from now until the end of the fast, I will be posting my 8 gratitudes every morning so I can love out loud. If you'd like to join me in that practice of this good life habit, please do. Go to my Dr. Marissa Facebook page, give me the finger, a thumbs up, and then you will get those tips as well. Or if you'd rather just get them on your phone, just 99 cents will get you the app, No Complaints or 21-Day Fast. Just Google, on the App Store, either store, just put in Dr. Marissa and you will find the app that was created by teenagers. And as per usual, all of proceeds to the app, to any of my Balance products that you go online for, go towards my peace work around the planet. And earlier this year, it was in India. And the best part of that Indian trip was working with Literacy India, the kids. I got to influence a couple hundred of them and just tell them how loving, lovable, and loved they are, and that anything you put your mind and heart to, you will succeed at. So if you're a child and you're watching me right now, if you're a mom and you're watching me do this, make sure they see me, because it is true. And I love the fact that I get to splatter you with that. All right. And if you'd like to work with me on the beach, either learning meditation or private coaching to life balance your tires or to smog check your stinking thinking, then please do go to forbalance.org. There's a calendar there. Schedule a free balance assessment call with me. And don't forget, every Mondays at 6 p.m., I am teaching my Balance Tai Chi Gong class on the beach. Actually, that's not true. We're doing it as the sun goes down on the grassy area by Seal Beach Pier. So go to my meetup if you'd like more information on that, or just show up and balance with me. It's a moving meditation practice, also known as Chinese yoga, that promotes inner peace, one breath at a time. And the Asian Oprah giveaway, in addition to what Dr. Monika Singh just gave us, is last time free Sunday all-day passes to the Catalina Jazz Festival. Go to jazztracks.com for the lineup that you're going to see there. David Benoit is on Sunday. Absolutely fabulous jazz artist, keyboardist. If you would go to my website. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's go to my Facebook, Dr. Marissa. Give me a finger. There's encouragement to give me a thumbs up there, and then message me that you just gave me the finger, and you will get that Sunday pass. I think I have 2 left, so make sure you're the first 2 to get that, and I will have those tickets mailed out to you. They're a couple $100 in value, so just remember that the Asian Oprah does have her giveaways on the air. Also, I think that's it. I am so happy to let you know that next week our very special guest is my agape sister, Akuyo Graham, and she'll be with my big brother, Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, who will be checking in, and who is also being honored at her Spirit Awakening Foundation annual stage production of Voices of the Unheard. It's helping transform the lives of incarcerated and at-risk youth. So if you would like to find out how we can change this prison industry that is not working and really help at-risk youth, then please do tune in next week on my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.